Hello, happy Tuesday. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you're ready for some fun paper crafting. Today, I am going to show you how to make this fun flip card, funfold card. So this opens up, this little arm, cute, and then your card opens up like that. Love it. Hey, Ginger. So glad you could join me today. So I think this is fun. A little bit different. I've not tried this funfold before, but it's super easy. Hey, Dana. Yay, you got it on time. All right, so this is the card I'm going to show you guys today. I'm going to give it just a moment for others to jump in, but it is, let's see, it is Tuesday, about 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, and it's kind of nice weather out today. So it's nice and sunny, a little breezy, but we've got our granddaughter with us this week and enjoying spending some time with her. So who knows what kind of surprises could happen while I'm in here because she may come join us. It's hard to say. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in and get started with this super cute card. So I am featuring the, see if I can pull it out, the Peaceful, I think it's called Peaceful Poppies Designer Series paper. So this is a half a pack here. And it's got some, I'm just going to open it up and show you the gorgeous prints that are in this paper pack. If you've not seen these already. Aren't these pretty? So granted, there's two of each sheet. So I'll try to skip so you can see the other side. There you go. But they have a nice fun watercolor look. They're just gorgeous. I love them. Neat, right? Really some nice paper. So this is this is part of the Peaceful Poppies suite that is in our mini catalog. And a lot of these products have been on back order for quite some time, but they are now available again to order. So I am so glad that we will be able to use these once again. Okay, so let's get started with our card layers. Hey, Tony. All right, so we're going to start off with some Blackberry Bliss cardstock at 8.5 by 5.5. I will make sure after the video that I post all the measurements. So you don't necessarily have to have these, but I will post them so that you've got this complete supply list with all the cut dimensions so that you can recreate this on your own. So, all right. And then we've got a 4 by 5.25 designer series paper from that paper pack I just showed you. So this is just one of the gorgeous prints that I've chosen to use. You're going to have two pieces of basic black cardstock at 3 1/8 by 4 3/8, so two of those. And then I've got a second print out of the designer series paper pack that is 3 inches by 4 1/4. And then I've got a whisper white that is the exact same size at 3 by 4 1/4. You're going to have your little arm or band, which is 7.5 inches by 1.5 inches. And then I've got it scored at 4 1/4. Okay, you're going to need a scrap of Blackberry Bliss. So I've just got some paper scrap that you're going to punch out, and about 9 inches of our awesome white crinkle ribbon. This has been on back order, I think, since the catalog started. Hey, Amelia, glad to see you. So it is on back order, but it is orderable when last I checked. So we can order this now, and I think that it's a short back order, like maybe a week or so, and then it'll ship out. We just had a whole bunch come in the warehouse, and more on the way. And then we're going to use the Peaceful Poppies sequins as well. And then the last two things from this suite, we're going to use the Peaceful Moments stamp set, which is full of some fabulous words. And then and this looks messy, this is the Poppy Moments elements. So there's all kinds of really cool die cut pieces that we're going to use a few. We're going to use this circle piece here, and then these two floral elements right out of that. Okay, so that's our main supplies. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way and jump on in to get our card started. All right, so I'm going to start by folding my card base in half. I'm lining up those corners more or less. Here we go. So I think that this card, if you are not a funfold fan, if that intimidates you, you could make this as a plain card. You wouldn't have to have this arm on it. You could just have that flat on the front. And then when you open the card, you just wouldn't have this backside element. And then you could have your inside. So you could remove that and just make this a flat card versus a fun fold. But I'm a fan of the fun folds, as you know. And if you love fun fold cards, I encourage you to join my Forget-Me-Not club. I have 2 online options for that club. There is a product-based club option, where with your minimum $35 purchase each month, you get the class packets for free. And then there's also a tutorial option, which is available globally, so anyone can get it. And that is $30 a month. So it is a great deal, and we do some really fun things. And I'll show you a sneak peek of some of the projects at the end, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get our designer paper layer. So again, this was 4 by 5 1/4. I'm still using up some fast fuse, so you could use your snail adhesive, you could use liquid adhesive, whatever makes you happy. So putting that layer down, I'm gonna set that aside a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and do my designer paper layer next and adhere that onto my basic black layer. Again, I will add all these measurements in the description of the video after the live is over, along with all the links that you need for the products. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and dimension this up. So I'm gonna pull out my basic black dimensional dots. These come in a pack with the regular size as well as the mini dimensionals all in the pack together when you deal with these black ones. And if you have trouble, if you haven't seen me before, if you have trouble getting the backing off, just poke down in the center and it will lift that paper up a little bit. And you can get those off a little bit easy. Hey Linda, hey Jen GD, how you guys doing today? Thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited you're here. All right, so this is going together super fast and easy. So again, this was 7 inches by 1.5, and I've got it scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and place adhesive on the long arm end. And then I'm going to kind of dry fit this. And I've got to be careful because I'm using fast fuse that I don't stick it to the back. So I want this centered and I want to make sure that this is going to fold over well. So sorry if I pulled that out of the video. I'll try to make sure I'm staying in the screen here. And so I'm just going to lay that where I want it to be. Flip that over, give that a good rub to make sure it's all in place. And then I'm going to open that up. And then I'm going to run my bone folder to get a good crisp fold on that so that that stays closed for me. Great. All right. Next, let's do a little bit of heat embossing in case you've not done heat embossing before. I'm going to use this little element and I'm going to pull in my embossing buddy and kind of get that powder all over it. That way I won't have problems, hopefully, with my powder sticking all over where I don't want it to stick. So I'm going to pull out my Versamark pad. I'm going to go ahead and move this sample out of the way so we have plenty of space. And it looks like I can move that up just a bit. Okay, so my Versamark pad is dirty. This is actually not one of my dirtier ones. I have some that are worse, but it stains over time. It's okay. And of course, we've all had that situation where we've accidentally stamped a color in it. Hey Stacy, hey Kathy, glad you guys could join me today. Excited to see everybody here. Okay, so I've stamped this. I'm sorry, I stamped it with a Versamark ink and I used the Happy Birthday stamp. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out my Whisper White embossing powder. Now, our embossing powders come in these little containers like this, but that makes me crazy and having to put them back. So I purchased very inexpensive plastic containers, disposable plastic containers, and I like to dump it all in there so it's easy and use a plastic spoon. Does it have to be a plastic spoon? No, but then I don't worry about if I break it because sometimes I do that as well. So we'll set that aside. And of course, I forgot to bring my tweezers with me. So we're just going to get some hot hands going on here. Now, I'm going to pull in my heat tool. Now, I have a very old heat tool. So the new one is not even black. It is a gray color. And the tip goes, the end goes totally to the end and covers this dangerous tip here, which we didn't do years ago. And there are also 2 speeds on it. So this is an oldie but goodie. It still works. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. Hey Pam, so glad you could join me. And I'm going to go ahead and heat this up. And I hope that you guys can see this in camera. If you've never heat embossed, it's like magic. All right, see if I can do this. It is a little bit loud. Again, I've got an old tool that I'm using. I love that our Stampin' Up! Products are such good quality. They last for years. Oh, I hope you guys can see this. See how the powder is magically turning and it's getting shiny? I hope you guys could see that in camera. See how it turns shiny? I love it. Embossing is so fun. Yay! Okay, great. All right, so we're ready to go ahead and adhere this right on the front here. So I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive. Whoops, maybe not. Add a little bit of adhesive to the end of this arm. Well, it's acting up on me. One of those love-hate things with fast fuse, and I think part of the reason we don't sell that anymore. And I will place this so that it covers up the end of the arm there. And kind of put that down in place. So I'm happy with that placement. Okay, I want to cover the back side of this. So this element happens to be white on the back. So I want to cover that up and add something more pretty on the inside, right? So I'm going to pull in my 2 1/4 inch circle punch and a scrap of Blackberry Bliss cardstock and punch that circle. Okay. Our punches, if you're not familiar with our punches, they will store flat, and there's a lock to keep them that way so they don't take up quite as much room. And then you can unlock them, and I like to use them upside down so I can see what I'm punching out. In this case, it really didn't matter because I didn't have a stamped image, but that's okay. All right, let me pull in some liquid adhesive. And, of course, I have an almost empty one that I pulled in, so we'll see how this goes. And I didn't go too close to the edge because if I slide this around, I don't want it to go over the edge. So I'm just going to place that down. I like liquid adhesive for this particular thing. If you know me, you know I'm not a huge fan of liquid adhesive overall, but sometimes it's the right tool, and that's what was good for this particular application. All right, let's go ahead and get our element. I want to put it right there, so I'm going to pull back out my liquid adhesive. Perfect. And we will just place that on our layer as well. And again, it gives me just a moment to slide it around if I don't like where it's at. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and do the inside layer. So for the inside, I've got a piece of Whisper White and a piece of Basic Black that I'm going to put on there. But I want to go ahead and stamp first. I like to stamp before I do my layers because if I mess up, then I have a chance to flip it over. Yay. Oh yeah, Dana, it is. Yeah, I'm glad it's nice there too. Yeah, we've got really good weather in North Carolina today as well. A little windy, but not too bad. All right, so I can't see because of the camera, so hopefully we're somewhat straight. That's not too bad. I'll take it. Sometimes it's difficult to see stamping when you're not able to get your head over the top of it to see. So we're ready to go ahead and put this down. So I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of that and adhere those layers together. And again, if you're just joining me, I will post all the measurements. You guys will have that in the description of the video after. All right, so let's go ahead and get this down on the inside of this card. We're just going to adhere that flat. Perfect. Cute. Isn't that fun? I like how that looks. And then this will close here. So let's add a little bit of bling to make this a little more exciting. We don't have to, but I like it. So I'm just going to pull out some sequins. So I like to use my Take Your Pick tool. Now that I've learned how to use this, it works very, very well. So I find that I like to put a dab of adhesive down first where I want my sequins to be. So those are my 3 dots. And then I am going to pick out a sequin. It doesn't really matter what color. I'm just going to try to get one. There we go. I got 2. And I'm going to lay that down. Perfect. Let's see if I can grab another one. Maybe. All right. Good deal. We'll put that one down. And then we'll grab one more. This one we're putting a gold one on. Whoa. All right, so I'm going to let that sit to dry. So while I'm doing that, You could use glue dots as well. I just prefer liquid adhesive for my sequins. I feel like it holds it in place a little bit better. So now we're going to tie our bow. So I like to tie my ribbon when it's still on the spool versus cutting it off. But if you were to cut it off, I would say about 9 inches. It's a little excessive, but it makes it easy. Oh, Kathy, I'm so glad you like the card. I like to leave it on here, so I find it a little easier to tie than if I were to cut it ahead of time. And I feel like I don't waste as much ribbon that way as well. So I like to tie my bows with 2 loops. The old bunny ear method, I guess, is the way I learned it. All right, start again. My arthritis is acting up a little bit today, so my hands are stiff. All right, see if I can get it. Yay! Okay, good deal. So I am just pulling and holding that knot. So as I pull my loops, it tightens it. And if I don't like my bow, I'm going to hold that knot and pull that back out and retighten it until I'm happy with the way my bow looks. And then once I'm happy, I'm just going to snip off those ends. Perfect. Slide that out of the way. And then we'll just glue dot that on right here. Let me grab a glue dot. So I don't like to touch the glue dots because they remind me of little boogers. It's gross, I know, but that's the truth. Whoa, it's stuck to my finger. Whoa. Okay, perfect. So now my bow's on. So isn't that cute? A really easy fun fold. So anyone can do this. Even a beginner can do this. It's not a hard fun fold at all. And again, if you're not a fun fold fan, don't make it a fun fold. You can adhere the element right on the front, skip the arm, and then you just have the same inside. Cute? Cute, cute, cute. All right. I hope you guys love this project. If so, share it. Let me know if you like it. I would love to see you join my Forget Me Not Club. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot this little flower here. Let's add that. One last thing. Let's do that. I'm going to adhere that in as we close. So yeah, I'd love for you guys to join my Forget Me Not Club. We do some really fabulous cards every month. This month, we're doing fun folds, of course, and we are focused, isn't that cute? Love it, love it, love it. And we are focused on masculine cards. I did not come prepared to show them to you, but I'm going to run across the room, and I'm going to grab my stack, and I'm going to give you a little glimpse. So my club members haven't even seen this yet, so I'm going to share it with them tonight. But here are the fun fold cards that we're going to be making for May. So this first one here uses the Best Catch stamp set, and that opens. Fun, so super easy, but a nice fun fold. And then this little element here will catch that so that it keeps it in. And then can you see the Wink of Stella on the fish? So you see his fish scales. I just thought that was fun. Okay, the next one we're doing, and this one was inspired by Kelly Atcherson, is this cute shirt front card. Love that. And then, let's see. This one was inspired by Mary Deathridge. So this has a cute belly band on it. So you've got the card opens. So the belly band can go across the front layer or the whole card, whichever way you want to do it. But you take the belly band off, and then you've got a gatefold front here to reveal your second sentiment. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. So if I can slide that back on, maybe. Yes. Great. And then the last one, and I can't remember who this one was inspired by. This one was also inspired by someone else. So this is a fun flip-flap card. Look, watch this. Cool. Love this fun fold. Very cool. And this features a good guy stamp set. And then again, this one opens like that. So I shared a flip-flap on my blog late yesterday. I don't see the sample to show you what it was, but it was another cute version of this using the cow, the Over the Moon cow. I love that stamp set. So cute. Fun. Okay. All right. Yes, the arm. Ginger, isn't that awesome? And it works really well. It wasn't hard to do. So you guys are going to learn how to do that this class in May. Yay. All right. thank you all. If you've got questions on anything, let me know. Again, I will put the supply list and cut dimensions with the links into the video header. And hope to see you guys next Tuesday, 12:30 Eastern. Thanks so much. Have a great week. Bye.